Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the Preacha-OK. Wow, guys. Okay. Okay. I can explain how polyandry, polyamory, multiple relationships benefit my life. At this point, at this particular point in my life, being a senior, being 55 years old, have already accomplished 32 years of legal marriage. I raised a Black family, proud to have. So, legally, I've had two husbands, legally. Although to me, I've had other husbands. I've had a few relationships where I was not legally married to these people, but the experience of a relationship was at the level of marriage. As far as the experience, the emotional, spiritual, all the other levels besides legal. I have had those experiences with a few people outside of legal marriage. So I am a woman throughout my lifetime that have had more than one husband. It's not legal to have more than one husband at the same time, but it's legal to have one at a time. So, because I've had several marriages in my lifetime, I've been able to maintain a certain level of energy, a certain level of standard expectation throughout my life, starting as early as a teenager. By the time I was 20 years old, based on relationship experience on spiritual, emotional, you know, levels. By the time I was 20, I was married and meant it, you know? And legally, between divorce and remarriage was only 3 months. I only had 3 months off between legal marriages. So, the marriages kind of ran into each other. So, marriage life is all I know. I don't really know single life at all. So at this point in my life, I've already accomplished what legal marriage offers. So I don't need to experience legal marriage anymore. I just don't have a need for it personally. But what I did learn about myself during that last marriage, toward the end, we opened up the marriage toward the end. And that allowed me to explore dating, not so much for sex. You know, for me, this conversation is more, emotional, more spiritual. So, what I did learn about my dating is that I still prefer to function at the marriage level. So, during that open marriage season of my marriage, I realized I like to date married couples that work best for me. It still allowed me to hang around married people because that's my experience, that's my mindset, that's what I know. And it also allows me to have access to a man and a woman, that balance, in the physical. So to me, that's still living, a polyandry lifestyle, just poly, period. And how that benefits my family is that it keeps my energy fueled. I have married energy. I don't have sex at this point in my life. It doesn't, sex doesn't benefit me anymore, meaning that I'm not trying to have children. I already raised 4 kids. Two I gave birth to, that youngest is 31, and then two were adopted. That youngest is 26. I have 8 grandchildren. Sex is just not a priority in my life. I don't plan to be legally married. And to me, sex is a type of marriage. Now, will I ever have sex again? I probably will. But right now, it's just not high priority in my life because I choose for it not to be. I ask Most High to take it away, actually. That desire to be sexual with other people. I can have full blown relationships with other adults based on my experience. Based on my experience, I've had full blown relationships with other adults, emotionally, spiritually, on all other levels except sex. And it went just fine. Those are the greater type of relationships in my life. To be committed to someone that you don't have sex with, you can still treat them just as loving, caring, and be as exciting and all kind of stuff. you know it's amazing. So those are the kind of relationships I desire moving forward, with married people, based on my 32 years of marriage, raising children, you know, and how that benefits my family is that I'm able to run my home, my kids and grandchildren based on the energy. The energy. I don't have to lose the energy of it, the mindset of it. My conversations are still marriage related. My conversations are still marriage minded, family minded, without being legally married, just because of the company that I keep. Those are the type of men that I respect. I respect family men. Those are the kind of men that I listen to. Even when they, make mistakes, I want to know how you figure it out. You know, I'm not a man, but I like having access to men in very, very intimate ways, even non sexually. I like to be as close as possible to a man without the sex. I was married for 32 years, so I already know what it's like to include the sex part. I already know, that's, nothing new to me. But moving forward, to have complete access to a man, but he has his wife for sex, does wonders for me because I have 7 grandsons that I need to be able to have access to that kind of energy to help them to be the kind of men that I respect. Once I have sex with a man, I feel that he's my husband. And it makes me want to, you know, act more legal wife like. Sex and law go hand in hand. That's how the government can be in your bedroom, can determine your gender, your marital status, and the benefits that come from it. So again, I don't need the legal part anymore. I've already achieved that in legal marriage. I don't need the sexual part anymore. I prayed that away and I know how to take care of myself. It's up to couples to know what they need from me and communicate it clearly. And it's up to me to know what I need from couples and communicate that clearly so that we all can have a balanced exchange. I like male energy and I like female energy. I'm a female, so I don't require a whole lot from women, the wife, because I'm already a woman, you know. But dating couples as an experienced married woman keeps me balanced in my own home as the matriarch. I'm able to oversee my 2 daughters, oversee my 8 grandchildren, 7 are boys, and then I have that one granddaughter. So for me, being poly as a divorced solo woman that concentrate and focus on married couples keeps me balanced. It works for me, allows me to stay strong for my family. And I'm able to travel and, you know, talk to, visit my couples as it is convenient for us, convenient for me. So finally, after serving 32 years of legal marriage, and now I'm divorced a few years out, I can stand tall and claim who I am and what I am and feel proud about it, feel good about it. I put the research into it. I gained experience, gave myself a break, came back out knowing what I want now, knowing how to go forward. And I'm 55 and I'm healthy. I don't take medication for anything, just vitamins. You know, I need to knock on some wood. Knock on wood. You know, anybody can get sick at any point in time. But I'm just reporting out that right now, today at 55, I'm fine. And I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And I'm doing what I need to do to stay focused, build legacy and wealth, keep it going. Already have the foundation of my legacy. And I'm teaching it to my children and grandchildren. I practice what I preach and I preach what I practice. And I don't have a problem with sharing my life publicly. I always have been rather public. So being poly is not limited to sex, not at all. Being poly can expand your mind. Being poly can increase your energy, your purpose, your calling. It can increase you on the inside. It's not good for man to be alone. So as a woman, I make myself available as I'm needed. I'm here to help in the ways that complement me and that are legal. I have to stay balanced. I have to maximize my life. I maximize my marriage experiences. I got cheated in the end. Someone just stole my husband. And what I mean by stole him, I mean she knew I was married. She knew he was married. She knew we were married. She didn't ask me for him. She met him, saw him in the background, waited until he divorced me, and then married him for herself. That's theft. Now, of course, he was no good for having to create a secret in our marriage when it was open for us to be honest. Homewrecker stuff. They're both homewreckers. It doesn't have to be that way in marriage. It doesn't have to be. And I'm glad I did my research and got my own experience on how it can be done the right way. And that's the life that I live. I like to meet couples, the both of them, and be both of their friend, both of their lovers in our way. Non sexual lovers. Well, I'm a non sexual lover to couples, married couples. There's no secrets, you know, no need for me to wait for a divorce so I can have a turn. Nothing like that going on here. I'm their friend, spiritually, mentally, and physically, just not sexual. So it is what it is, and it works for me. Each woman decides how she lives out her poly life, just as men do it. Men decide how they want to live out their poly lives. Women do the same. I'm just one of those women who is comfortable speaking up and out about it. There's no shame to my game. It's biblically supported. It's already lived among us. We live it, but we just won't communicate correct about it. We won't be honest about it. We just rather keep destroying families than to admit that we have multiple families and just take care of all of them. We have multiple families out here, and we need to be responsible for all of them. Why do we have to crush and destroy one family to go to the next, and then crush and destroy that family, and then go to the next? That's the lifestyle we've been living, and that's just destructive. When we can just be honest and own up to our own life and stop trying to impress new people by crushing the old people. It makes no sense. We can all hold hands and be friends along the way. Why not? No one has to be crushed or lied to. No one. No one has to be stolen from, cheated, manipulated. None of that has to happen. So I like who I am. I'm honest about what I do, and it's not wrong. Period. Click like, click subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep up with your girl. I'm not monetized anywhere on social media, but my PayPal is Dr. Leisha the Preacher if you want to be a blessing to my channel. Um, Share my videos. I have lots of them. I have what about 5,600, 700 videos on here. Just keep watching them. Click like, make comments, and I'll be back soon. Love you guys. Live your honest life. Bye.